Hi, everybody. I'm Cullen,
And I'm Sarah.
and this is your Book Madness Round 3 recap. Round 3, we were down to the Sweet 16 Ye Olde Classics bracket. We had To Kill a Mockingbird versus Little Women. To Kill a Mockingbird is victorious. Then we have The Hobbit versus Pride and Prejudice. This is what the bracket looks like now. Two books remaining.
Any surprises here, or were you
No, not surprised that this pretty much played out the way that I expected it to, and kind of, yeah. So I don't really have anything to be surprised about. Are you surprised? 'Cause I seem to recall you picking the opposite results.
on this one? Not really.
No,
Uh, yeah, I think it would have been interesting to see Little Women go up against Pride and Prejudice.
that would have been.
Um, but yeah, no, I guess I'm a little surprised about The Hobbit, and just because it has such a following, but I don't know. Yeah,
Pride and Prejudice, though. Like,
I know it's got a huge following, and
it's been
um,
around for I don't even know
forever.
how long. The mid to late 1800s or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. No, it's great. It's one of my favorites. So I'm happy for both of those.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I see what you mean though. I could see The Hobbit and being more like they're both classic books that a lot of people have read, but
Yeah.
I see The Hobbit being like more accessible and in theory maybe more people would have read it slash actually liked it when they read it.
Yeah.
So, maybe they read it as kids and that always, gives stuff a little bit of extra power that
Yeah,
sticks.
that nostalgic power.
Yeah, yeah. But no, Pride and Prejudice just has uh, a lot of admirers, and I think a lot of people, recognize it as like one of the classic books.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this before, but I read it as a high school boy and surprisingly really liked it. Yeah, I'm still surprised by that.
Yeah, me too.
I only read it that one time. I kind of want to reread it just to see how I feel about it now.
You should. I read it a couple years ago. Actually, I listened to the audio and
Uh,
it was really good.
did the
Like,
person who read it, did they have an accent of any kind?
yeah, they had a British accent, which
Okay.
was even better.
I feel like that improves pretty much
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Been better if they had done it with an Australian accent.
No,
You're not a fan of the Australian accent.
I'd rather have the British accent. Yeah,
Okay.
especially
Well,
for Pride and Prejudice.
yeah, well, yeah, it's certainly fitting for Pride and Prejudice. Uh,
Perfect.
there should be a service where you, like an audiobook service where you can select your, how you can change the voice on your GPS to whatever. You should be able to do that with your audiobooks too. We need
Yeah.
audiobooks read by people with a variety of just accents and tones and inflect,
Yeah.
customize the audiobook experience.
This was a free reading that I heard. It
Yeah,
was on LibriVox.
I don't even know what you just said.
It's just an app for audiobooks, and some of the narrators are really great and some of them aren't. You just, never know what you're going to get. But the Pride and Prejudice narrator was really good, and it's a free audiobook app. But
Okay.
yeah,
Do you know where else you can get free audiobooks?
the Benbrook Library.
Exactly. Set that one up on a T for you.
Yeah, and it's not as good as Hoopla or Libby,
Oh,
but
of course not. For those that may be watching, check out Hoopla in Libby to get free audiobooks from the library. But you're stuck with whatever narrator they have on there. There is that until we get this new audiobook accent service figured out.
yeah,
Yeah.
where Cullen reads books in all
No, no, no.
to us.
We've talked about my accents. That does not does not go well.
And he does voices for all the characters.
No, yeah, it would be. I would have the same problem with that. Every time I do an accent, it comes out. It just turns into like just this really stereotypical and offensive Italian accent. I will not do camera.
Awesome.
No, you can imagine what that would be like, though.
I'm sure my Italian grandmother would love that.
But she, I'll call her on her birthday.
What do you think is going to happen in this final showdown with To Kill a Mockingbird and Pride and Prejudice?
I am gonna have to stick to my guns. I've been saying all along. I thought To Kill a Mockingbird was gonna win it, and no reason to change that now. I think it'll be close. I hope it'll be close because that's always more interesting. But I'll pick To Kill a Mockingbird.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Pride and Prejudice
Is that because you really believe it, or because you just want to oppose it again?
just to keep it interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see.
I've got Mockingbird. You got Pride and Prejudice.
That's right.
We'll check back in and see what happens. Our next bracket is the Phenoms bracket, where we had Harry Potter and The Handmaid's Tale. Ooh. Ender's Game versus Hunger Games, another one of those game battles that we keep having. And
Game versus game.
but the Phenoms bracket looks like now.
There's no surprise on Harry Potter, right?
No, really
Huge
not.
fan base.
I don't think it was that like I think Harry Potter won easily, if I remember correctly. But it wasn't like a total blowout. Handmaid's Tale did get some votes, and people being, kind of conflicted about it.
I mean, how can you go up against the Harry Potter franchise,
It's a tall task, and yeah, we talked about this I think last time. It's like depends how you look at or I just wonder if people are viewing this as, are they just voting for Sorcerer's Stone, or is that a stand-in for all of Harry Potter? Because that
Right.
can influence you, and I would assume that, and that's kind of I couldn't avoid thinking of it that way either. Just looking at this, being like, oh well, I'm voting for all of Harry Potter. Like it's this book, it's all the books, it's the movies, it's everything, and maybe that's not fair because that just kind of makes it even more of a juggernaut.
Right.
Feeling that's the way a lot of people are looking at it.
Yeah. And then the games.
The games
How close was that?
The games played out the way that I think both of us thought they would, right? I think we both picked Hunger Games.
Yeah.
As our prediction to win that one.
Yeah, I haven't read Ender's Game, but you have.
Yeah, we insisted that you read Ender's Game. So
yes.
And actually, I found that I have a copy of it. If you need to borrow,
I may borrow that.
Yeah, I'll have to set it on your porch or something.
Or I might just get it at the Benbrook Library.
Hey, there you go. They got books.
Yeah.
Either way, you should get it and read it. So yeah, the result wasn't surprising. I think personally, I think Ender's Game should have won. I think it.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. And I know book evaluation is like totally subjective, but I don't know. I just feel like Ender's Game is objectively better.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the third book in the Hunger Games series right now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were reading that.
So as soon as I finish that one, then I'll go on to Ender's Game and see. It'll be a nice, fresh comparison.
Yeah, you should. Then you'll have to give us the report predictions for this one. Yeah, I'm still have to go with Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
So is that your official pick, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay, we agree on this one.
Yeah.
Wow. What a feeling.
Don't get used to it.
I'm not. I fully expect you to pick against me in the next one. Our next bracket is recent hotness, and this one had our Cinderella. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine against Man Called Uwe, and Eleanor finally loses to Uwe. And then the Nightingale versus the Martian, another close matchup. A lot of these were close, but Nightingale wins a close one against the Martian. And this is what the bracket looks like now.
I'm not surprised. I know you've said a lot about Frederick Backman's work, so.
Yeah, I won't shut up about him. If I'm not talking about Stephen King, I'm talking about Frederick Backman.
I know, Stephen Frederick.
I'm not surprised. I think that is how I picked it to play out. I knew that I didn't know. I suspected people might have a difficult time with the Eleanor Uve matchup, and I think some people did.
Yeah,
It was it was a close one. I think it was settled by just a few votes, and then the other one also very close. I think that was like a 2 vote result. Like it was very
really.
like I didn't expect it to be as close as it was.
Yeah.
Um, Whitney Vaughn, if you're watching this, this result you did kind of decide it because I know that you said that you were picking the Nightingale, but just barely. And so if you had switched your vote to the Martian, we would have had a tie, and then we would have had to go to the random number generator to decide it. So it could have been totally different.
Yeah, could have been random. What do you think's going to happen here? Uve versus Nightingale.
I know Uve is the correct pronunciation, but every time I say it, I feel pretentious, like it's not. Like, come on, man, you're American. Just say Ove.
Ooh.
It's kind of like saying Renaissance Fair,
Encyclopedia.
encyclopedia, yeah, that sort of thing. No, that's just really the way that you say it. Did you see that movie I Love You Man?
No.
There's a part of that where Paul Rudd was talking about the movie like Chocolat with Johnny Depp. And Jason Segel's
I did see that.
like you mean chocolate. Like you're not French, it's chocolate.
Just say chocolate.
Yeah. So I kind of feel that I get vibes of that whenever I say Uve, even though that is technically correct. That was a tangent and sidetrack away from prediction. Let me go with Uve.
Okay. All right. Um, well, just to keep it interesting, since I haven't read either of them, I'll go with the Nightingale.
Okay, yeah, not surprise, surprise. We really do need to wager something because if we had wagered on our last round, like I would have taken so much from you. I would have had all your chocolate, all the paper.
What about like a box of Captain Crunch or
Yeah.
some strawberry Pop Tarts?
Yes, please. So our last bracket is the Reedy Goodness bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Player one versus Water for Elephants and
Oh,
Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society versus Life of Pie. Oh, I didn't even think about that before. It's the Pie Society versus Life of Pie.
yeah. Any surprises there?
So, kinda. I think I had picked Life of Pi to beat Guernsey, and so I was a little bit surprised. I thought the Pi fans were or the Life of Pi fans were a little more fierce and abundant than I guess they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guernsey has its fans, and it won. So
And you read Guernsey, didn't you?
I did. We read it for book club, and I thought it was fine. It's all right. It was kind of a sweet story.
You said it's written in letter form, like letter
Yeah.
back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all letters, which if it sounds annoying, you do get used to it. It's not it's not so bad. The other side, I was not surprised by this. In fact, if I can be biased, I was hoping it would happen because I like both of those books, but I like Ready Player One way more.
Really? Okay.
Frankly, I was a little surprised Water for Elephants made it as far as it did in the tournament.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like I know it was popular and it was a movie and everything. I just did not expect it to do as well as it did. And
Yeah.
I know I don't want to upset any of its fans, but let me just say I'm glad that its reign of terror is over. I am glad Ready Player One is it's going to play for the championship here.
Yeah, I need to read that one too. I
I think you would like
got
it. I think
lots of 80s references,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, lots of '80s pop culture, video game stuff. Yeah, I think you would enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah.
Should
Well, what do you think is going to happen in this showdown?
I am going. Actually, no. You know what? Just
Uh-oh.
can't intentionally take the opposite of me. I'm going to ask you to pick first.
Okay. All right. Changing it up,
Mm-hmm.
making it interesting. I am going to say Ready Player One.
Oh well, that was anticlimactic because I'm going to pick that too.
Yeah. It's just got to be. Probably has a wider audience.
Yeah, you might be right. It might have more like mass appeal. Like I know it's technically classified as sci-fi, but I don't think that which isn't necessarily always the most widely read genre. But I think this one was big and popular enough that it kind of broke through that. So I think you probably got people that don't traditionally read that sort of thing reading it, and with the the 80s nostalgia draw of it and the video game draw of it, and
In the movie.
yeah.
Yeah. I think sci-fi has a wider fan base now than it did 20, even, like 20 years ago. I think more people are open to sci-fi, and and I think with the 80s being back in every, fashion and music and all of that, just it's like it's had this resurgence. I think that Ready Player One is perfect to take this.
Well, it's not as fun when we agree about it.
I know.
Well, we disagreed on two of them, right?
I think so.
Or was it the all? Maybe it was
We just
all the other three that we did disagree.
we should have been writing this down.
Oh no! If only there were a way that we could go back in time and
We'd have to watch our own video.
I know that's lame. We can't do it.
Maybe our one or two viewers will let us know.
Yeah, please. Yeah, one of you, please. You guys coordinate, talk to each other, and decide which one of the two of you can point out what we picked. Round 4 starts on the 30th, which is tomorrow night, right?
All right.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Which, if you're watching this on a day other than the day it's released, that'll be Thursday night. We got the Elite Eight, which is what they call that in. Yeah.
In sports.
In the sports
talk.
world, yeah, in the NCAA tournament. What do you like better, Elite Eight or Sweet 16?
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sounds sweeter.
Yeah, it's just more fun.
Yeah. We only have one matchup per bracket, so it'll be quick. It'll just be 4 days. And then we'll be back on, I think that'll make it Monday when we recap that round. And then the championship match will be on Tuesday. And as always, you'll vote on Facebook. We post these each night, usually around 8 o'clock. So watch out for that. Vote. Your vote is more important than ever. Really, it's the same, but just because of the stakes, this is the final match of each bracket. It's business time now. So if you care about this at all, make sure you get it. And obviously, if you're watching a video like this to this point, you care at least somewhat. So you should get out there and vote for your favorite. Sarah, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, I don't. Just make sure you vote on the actual book and not whether you want Cullen to get Captain.
Oh yeah.
And Pop-Tarts.
Good point. Yeah, don't let that factor in. I know we say like vote using whatever criteria you want to, but yeah, don't let our picks sway you. Until next time, have fun voting in the tournament. Yeah, I hope all your favorites win. I hope all my picks win. Sorry, Sarah.
That's okay.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Take care.